Hello.
Hi. It's another Sunday evening. Second to last one.
Episode 9.
We have
Episode 9. I am so tired right now, though. You and I were just talking about this. We're just like.
That's why I currently have like no makeup on, and I have a date with my book after this. I think there's definitely some gold stars that need to be handed out for like persevering through this season, because it's been rough. Marilyn's in it. She's like another episode. Yeah,
I
like
know.
this has been a study in patience and perseverance.
Well, you messaged me, I don't know, halfway through this season, maybe before halfway through, and you were like, I'm so over this. If you don't want to do it anymore. And I was like, but we've already started. Like, I
think it was episode 4. Yeah.
And we were just like done. And I was like, no, like people are tuning in to see what we have to say because we're all thinking it. We're just here to say it out loud. And it's not just us thinking it about this whole season. There's articles I've sent you about it and everything. So everything that we felt, yes, but
we aren't alone.
We deserve a big fat cookie when this season's over for sticking through with these Sunday live chats. I mean, we like chatting about it with you guys, but Missy, yes, welcome. But yeah, we're just kind of like the season's just been a doozy.
It has not been this Project Runway that we know and love.
No,
that's a fact.
And I can probably, with certainty, say that this will probably be the last time we do a Sunday recaps live series on a Project Runway season. Or we'll watch the first one and get a feel for, is it the same format or did they change it back to what it should have been? And if they haven't, then we won't.
It'll be
a last minute call
before we commit.
Yeah, we didn't really know what we were signing up for when the season started because we had 20 seasons of something different.
Yeah.
So
something different.
You guys ready to dive into this one? Because it was a doozy. It was another doozy.
Marilyn was here last week. I mean, we called it. We totally called it that this was not, the end was a teaser that did not actually follow through.
We did. So let's dive into this.
Missy, I hope you're wrong. I hope they hear the feedback and like pivot back to what we know and love.
I know, me too. All right, so we've got our host, we've got Christian. Mm-hmm. Nina showed up again for the first time in like 5 episodes.
Nice to see her.
That was a bit of a doozy to have her and Law sitting next to each other because that got a little heated, which we'll talk about. Our guest judge was Tyra Banks. And our guest mentor, which we haven't had a guest mentor very much this season, was Paul. Is it Tazwell? He's the Tazwell. He's the costume designer for Wicked. And I just realized I'm wearing a green blanket. It's only because I'm cold in here. But I guess I'm Elphaba tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this whole episode was based on Wicked and the new part 2 coming out in November in theaters. But from the last episode, in episode 8, our winner was Antonio. He finally won an episode. And our bottom 2 was Jesus and Bologania. And as we all remember, there was a threat of a double elimination. And that is how we ended things, right? With their shocked faces and Heidi saying, you're both out. And we were all just like, what?
I love Audrey says the producers heard us about bringing Nina back. I would love it if they were hearing us. I really would. I hope they're hearing feedback.
Everybody tag Project Runway in our videos and our, on YouTube and everything. Please tag them. Let them know that we've been struggling through this season and we're not the only ones that feel this way. All right. So this is where we left off. And as Audra just said, we all thought that there was no way they're going to let both of these go. And what were some of the ideas we said? Like either someone's going to come in and save them.
We talked about the Siriano save. We talked about it. They might have to like battle it out. Like maybe they would get a challenge where they would battle each other. Yeah. Or I
think I even said like, or they're going to make the winners pick who's going out. Like
that too. So we had a couple of ideas.
Like some curveballs that we were thinking of. And we were right because they stayed. Because Christian, you like that? I've made him a little saving angel.
I think that is great.
I worked really hard on that.
You did a beautiful job.
Why, thank you. And you called it. You called it. He did come back in out of nowhere. Like, he's never in the runway. He's not judging. He's never there. If he is there, we don't see him on this part of the show, the runway area of the show.
Behind this. I'm sure he's back.
Yeah, he's probably off to the sides or helping the models go out or something like that. But he's not sharing his thoughts, his opinions, or judging or having any input on who stays and who goes that we see. Now, this time they referred to him and he came in and said, no, I mean, both of you have won 2 challenges. Like, Jesus has won twice, Bologania has won twice. Like, they're the top 2 designers, and I think they made a good call of not letting them go, because I think no one would watch the rest of the season, and the few people who are still watching, if they had let them go.
Yeah, I think the one comment, and I'm not sure if you caught it, that really annoyed me was when Antonio said, I hope I can take this win and coast it in the rest of the season. And I was like, no.
It's not going to get easier just because you won a challenge.
Yeah, like, no, you're not going to coast it in because you finally won one challenge. I mean, I know you won towards the end of the season, but I was just like, that comment kind of irked me.
But can we all agree that his win was not even that great? It was just a strapless sweetheart neckline dress that looked like it was hanging on for dear life to her body. And it was only because everybody else's outfits were horrible.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he won. I mean, let's be real. So these are our top 5. We have this episode and then one last grand finale, which we've already started seeing teasers for. So we don't know who's going home yet, but we'll find out. So obviously we've got our top 5. I was so disappointed I didn't get to put an X on anybody this week. I'm sorry, but that's been very satisfying for me. What now?
Is it therapeutic for you?
Yes. It's like, you're out. You're fired. All right. Episode 9, Something Wicked and Avant-Garde Challenge.
Finally 2 days.
$1,000 mood budget. And yes, 2-day challenge, which was the first time we've had a challenge over a 1-day challenge. And just the look of relief on the designers' faces was pretty telling that they were grateful. But I mean, you can't do avant-garde justice in a day. I honestly don't think you could do it in 2 days, but what do I know?
Yeah.
So we did hear from Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, who star in the new movie Wicked, which is coming out in November. It's part 2 of Wicked that came out last November to finish the story. So they came on and had a little bit, and then they played the trailer for the new movie. So clearly an opportunity to promote the new movie coming out. Like, we didn't all know it was coming.
Right. Exactly.
But I did like the theme idea. This was better than the eczema episode. So
truth.
There's that. All right. So let's jump right in. This was Jesus's design. He went full green in Elphaba. What were your thoughts on this?
I thought it's fun. It's avant-garde. I liked how it was like full head to toe, because I don't know if you can see it that well in this photo, but like even the boots were fully covered. So I thought it was cool. It was a very like head to toe feel. I liked the asymmetrical feel. I liked it. I mean, I'll say going into this, I liked all of them for various reasons. I also disliked all of them for various reasons. But I think, honestly, when it comes to looking at this season, I feel like this was the most solid production of work this season. Yes. Probably because they got 2 days.
Yeah, for sure. I will say I did like this one. He did make the shoes and everything. I just heads up, there's a lot of bling in this episode, and it was really hard to get a clean photo for these. So that's why some of them are a little blurry, because there was just so much reflection off these, and trying to grab those screen grabs was challenging. I didn't love the heart. over the chest. And you'll see it again in another outfit, his twins outfit. But I could have lived without that.
It didn't need it.
It
would have
didn't
been
need
cleaner without it.
I agree. But I did like it, and I was impressed with how much he did in 2 days. Like, you still 2 days, it's not 48 straight hours. It's probably like 24 hours spent across 2 days. So it's not 48 hours that they had. So yeah, I was impressed. The only thing is, he made a dress before that had the accentuated hips.
He did the
so that felt a little like we've seen this already, and he stayed on the safe side.
Yeah.
But because he got to do all this bead work. So give and you take. I mean, it's 2 days. All right. Next up was Antonio. Here's the green heart. So Jesus had the white heart. Antonio did the green heart. Again, I could have lived without these. I didn't get it. And it's not even a good looking little heart there. It
looks like she's got a growth.
It looks like an infection.
It's funny. I didn't see it on the runway, but now I see it looking at this photo. There was a comment made that it felt very Las Vegas showgirl. And now looking at this shot where it's just from like the thighs up, and it didn't have the whole dress, I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, especially because in the photo you can really tell it's see-through. I don't think Antonio, except for his last challenge, has made anything that wasn't see-through. People are in agreement. April says it did not like Antonio's heart. It looks awful right on her boob. Agreed.
I mean, maybe if you had put it like up higher, maybe, but it's like right there. Like,
Audrey said it was supposed to connect the brothers, and I get that, but like we already know that they're connected. At the hip. We've been talking about this their entire season, and I don't know. I feel like you should have done something to connect your designs episode 1, right? Not episode 9.
This was definitely my least favorite look of the day, and I don't love the things on her hips either.
No, it just felt like and
I don't know how it tied in. You know what I mean? And I know he said it was like the poppies in the field, but I'm like, well, poppies are red.
Well, and he also said it was oh, sorry, I'm so tired. Not Elphaba, but Glinda. And I was like, it's not even pink. Like, if it's pink, it's so light pink that I can't even tell there's pink to it. It looked just white. So it wasn't giving pink. It wasn't giving Glinda. It wasn't giving Poppy. It was none of that. I was kind of shocked that Tyra Banks liked the flower. I didn't like that. And going down the runway, it looked better because it was standing up. But when she turned around and started walking back, the whole top of the flower just like wilted over. It was the saddest flower ever. April says, such a weird placement. It wasn't pretty. Very true. It looked like a kindergartner made the heart. I would love if Antonio's is a gown without wings. Well, it's a flower. It's not even wings. It was just, if it had been more of like a cape or something along those lines.
I'm not sure where. I think, okay.
No more flower. He went to Hobby Lobby and grabbed all the beads and pre-made flowers and stuff, and this is what he came up with. So, all right, Bologania. Very on brand for her. I'm glad she's found herself.
I know there's debate on calling this avant-garde or not, but tell me you couldn't see Elphaba like rocking this.
Yes, for sure.
Like, it feels like it's like Elphaba in her like new era, like baddie, like it just felt. It was very cool. It was cool how she found a way to push her limits, keep it on brand, and fit in the challenge. I thought she did a really nice job of hitting on all 3 of those. Could she have been more avant-garde? Yes. But I think for her, this was a push.
This was this was a good mix of like pushing herself, but staying true to herself. So it's one thing that I think Heidi said when it first came out, or maybe it was La Roche, but as soon as she said in her feedback, as soon as I saw it, I knew it was yours. And that says a lot about a designer who's found themselves, stayed true to their style, but also is showing something new and pushing themselves to fit into the brief. And I thought it worked. I mean, she was the only one that didn't do glitz and glam. And La Roche said, glitz and glam does not equal avant-garde. And I don't know who he referred to. I don't remember. I watched the show on Friday, so it's been a couple days, but I don't know who he referred to, but he said that there was someone that does avant-garde very, very well. And it's more like this style of avant-garde. And he said, so to him, this fit the brief. And it's just not what we typically see as avant-garde on this show. And that's why I think some people were like, is that?
Yeah.
But I think it's in the eye of the beholder.
It felt organic. Avant-garde Street. Yeah. It felt organic. And if you look at Elphaba's black dress, that also has a very organic vibe to it. So this felt just it feels like it's something you would easily see in the movie and you wouldn't even like think twice about it.
I know. And she said that's where her inspiration came from. I thought her engagement with Paul, the guest mentor who designed all of the Wicked costumes, she asked really good questions and was trying to understand and get some new inspiration to not just follow along with the pack of everybody else and what they were planning to do. So I thought that was really cool. Not to take a step back though, Cindy says Antonio's looked like a Rockettes costume. And I think I agree, Cindy, they really did. So anyways, so a lot of people said that they really liked Bolognia. So up next was VJ.
I didn't hate it. I mean,
I didn't hate it either, but I didn't get the red.
I can't say it like blew me away, but I didn't dislike it. I mean, I was like, that's cool. It's different.
So if you don't know, she took satin, ripped it, and then wrapped it, the satin around the boning, and then made all of this. So, I mean, it definitely, I will say VJ's notorious for attention to detail, and it's amazing what she cranks out in these 1-day challenges and 2-day challenges. I did expect more, and I didn't get the red. If she was referencing the poppies and the poppy fields, maybe, but
she didn't say that. And
she didn't say that.
I think I'm not really sure what her tie-in was. I think it's classic her, but I'm not sure I saw where the tie-in was.
I think that's why the judges struggled with this. Is it's beautiful and it's avant-garde, and it's impressive that you were able to do all of that boning wrapped in satin. But I think Tyra even said, she's like, when you comes to branding, one thing you can't really veer too far from, especially when in something like this, is color.
Yeah.
And if you did it to stand out, it stood out, but it doesn't fit the brief of Wicked.
Yeah.
It's not doing that. So, Audrey, yeah, I wonder if VJ never saw Wicked, or, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, last, but certainly not least, Ethan shined on this one, but I expected him to. I actually really liked this one.
I did like it.
I even included a little bubble of the glove, which was so hard to capture. Sure. I don't know if you can see. The glove really impressed me with all the fitted and the beads, and that was really cool.
Yeah, it was stunning. I mean, here's what I can't get over. That was $750 a yard. I can't even fathom.
Yeah. I know, just for the beaded fabric, not the satin or anything else, just for the beaded fabric.
$750 a yard.
I'll confess, Audra, if I were to go on the show and I had $1,000 budget and I could buy fabric like that with somebody else's money, I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Without question, I would too. But if it's my money, whew.
Yeah,
I'd be too scared to ever cut into it. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it very much. I mean, Ethan, I had zero doubts he'd blow this away.
I do agree. La Roche really I didn't even notice it, and you can't even see it in these photos, but when they were judging afterwards and giving feedback, she's just got some nude underwear on underneath, and I don't know if he made that or if she wore her own, but they pretty obvious. They definitely stood out, and I think
was pretty mad about it.
He could have done something to maybe cover that up better.
I like this placement.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know who gave him the idea of putting the covering the face was Paul, the guest mentor. So I think that was some good advice, and I'm glad he took it because it really was special. But yeah, this was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I agree.
So these are our top 5 looks. Which one is your favorite?
Bologania.
Yeah, I would say Bolognia is a probably my number 2, and then Jesus. Who do you think's going home? And you guys, please let us know in the chat who you think which one was your favorite, and which 2 do you think are going home?
Well, I think we need to talk about what happened at the end,
right?
Because that might. So on the runway, there was some very heated. It turned into a very heated discussion, and it was
uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable. The judges in their feedback had questions, which led to more uncomfortable questions. Like, so one of the judges at law asked, like, which one of the brothers they think, like, he asked Antonio or Jesus, like, which one of you is more talented?
I didn't like that. That was not necessary.
It turned into like drama for drama's sake. And long story short, it was a big blow up, and Antonio and VJ and Jesus all got into it to the point that Antonio's like, I'm leaving, I'm done. So he grabbed all of his stuff, and the producers are walking down the street with him, and he's like, I'm done, I'm out of here.
He's like, I'm not going to and VJ.
It was like rage baiting. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and even like the conversation between Nina and Law Roach got heated, and then they were trying to give feedback to Bologania because Nina didn't find her garment to be as avant-garde as Law, and he disagreed with Nina, and then they got into it, and then Bologania, bless her heart, doesn't know how to just stand there and just say thank you for your feedback. She wants to defend herself and argue about it, and so then Law was like, I think there was a meme I sent you, because this was the part that made me uncomfortable, where he's like, I don't want to have to yell at you, but please just stop talking. Like we've had this conversation so many times. Like, you've got to just stop talking and take the feedback, whether you agree with it or not. In this moment is not the time to snap back and be disrespectful. And I don't think she even means to be, but like she's got to like, it's anyways. So they liked it.
2 are going home.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is so they saved 2, but now 2 have to go because they're going to be 3.
I think Antonio will go home either willingly or not willingly. Either he's going to go home on his own accord, or they're going to send him home. And then for the second, I don't know. I think it could be VJ. I don't know.
I think Ethan and Jesus and Bolognia are going to be the top 3, in my opinion. But the way that Antonio acted was so ridiculous. I'm like, you're just feeding into VJ, who's also over here crying. There was a lot of drama in this episode.
Like the whole last 5 minutes was just straight up drama.
Well, even before they started sewing up their garments, and they were arguing at the Mood fabric store, and then they were arguing in the workroom, and then I think Christian went around and talked to him. It was just VJ stirring the pot, and if she doesn't think she has been this entire season, right?
This whole season has just been drama for drama's sake. The whole purpose of the show, and reality TV has drama. I'm not saying that's not the case, but this is drama for drama's sake. And the whole purpose of the show, to show these people's creativity and talent, has been like second to the drama.
Oh, it's the back burner on your stovetop that you never use. That's where the talent is sitting.
Yes.
Because it's not even like much of a mention or show at all. Yeah, Missy, the whole season has been drama with a dash of sewing, and that's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah.
She also thinks that Bologania and Jesus are in the bottom, or the top are Bologania and Jesus, and the bottom are VJ and Antonio. I think we all kind of are seeing that. Yeah.
So then we'll find out in the finale on Thursday.
Someone else thinks Bolognia and Antonio are going home.
Yeah.
I could maybe see that just because Bolognia was going like head to head with the judges, and they don't like that. And they've talked to her so many times about it this season.
It's so up in the air. I don't even know if I could like. At this point, Ethan's the only one who doesn't annoy me.
I know, which is frustrating because
he takes criticism, like he kind of just does his work.
Yeah,
he doesn't like.
Yeah, I mean his drama is him just being his own personality, right?
Yeah,
but like he doesn't feed into the stuff with the twins. He doesn't feed into the stuff with VJ. Like he's talked about it, but he doesn't. He does it in those like private interview moments on camera, but not like in the workroom, which I thought was interesting. So when they, like you mentioned, they were all asked, like, who would you, if you were in the top 3, what other 2 designers do you think deserve to be there with you? Yeah. And it was interesting to me how many people chose the twins, not one or the other, but chose the twins and themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that, because if you look at the twins, I think Jesus is the stronger designer than Antonio. I think we've seen that throughout this season, but nobody said one twin and then 2 like someone else. They both, if anybody said, they just said twins, or I think everybody said the twins, even Bologania. And then VJ said Bolognia and Ethan, which I wasn't surprised by. She's been wanting the twins gone since episode. So I don't know. I just
Missy, it looks like from the teasers they're going to do a collection or something of that accord, but who knows? I mean, it could just be teasing it that way. Missy asked how they're going to do the finale. Are they going to do a collection or one-day challenge? I mean, they're teasing it up to look like it's a full show, but who knows?
Well, and there's no way that they can eliminate 2 people or wrap up the drama that they left us on, because we don't even have our top 1 or 2 looks. Like usually they announce our top look for the show, and then we find out who's out the next episode, the beginning of the next episode, but we don't even know who the top one is. So they didn't even announce a winner for this runway. So we were left with no winner. Antonio storming out, VJ crying, Ethan and Bolognia just kind of like dispersed, and then Jesus is he's not chasing after his brother because he's going to save his own butt and stay on the show, but he's telling the producers like, no, but seriously, he won't come back if you guys don't do
like seriously, he's like, he's not kidding, he will be
there. So we'll see what happens, but well, I don't know. Please watch Ethan's guesting on Roscoe's. He will spill some teas. It's on YouTube. Okay. We may have to watch that. So I would love to know what y'all's guesses are on how they'll do the finale. If they do this finale in another 45-minute show, or less than 45-minute show.
I wonder if I can see how long the episode is.
Like on Hulu?
Yeah.
Oops, it's not out yet.
Yeah.
I'm curious too, because if you're going to have 3 people do a full collection and we want to see their design process, and we have to learn about the brief, and we have to get rid of the other 2 first and go through that drama. And then like, if they do a 1-day challenge, I'm just turning it off. I'm just like done. I'll just fast forward to the runway, take some pictures, and be like, here you go, guys.
So it says it's at 8:30. Normally, I think it's at 9.
So maybe we'll get an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So they're gonna boot two people off.
In an epic finale, final 3 designers must create a capsule collection to prove who deserves to win. So there will be, so it sounds like it's a capsule collection, whether that means like they're going to have them, maybe it's 3 looks.
Remember back in the day when they would do like a whole like 10 looks?
I loved it. I lived for it.
Me too. Because we would do a 3-look challenge mid-season.
Yeah.
Like we would work up to it. So yeah, this whole season they've just done 1 look per episode.
All right, well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Final hurrahs next week.
So they're going to let 2 people go.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to announce a winner for this challenge that we're still doing, the Wicked challenge. Then they're going to give them their brief, the top 3, their brief. Then they're going to go off and make a capsule collection. And then they're going to come back and do a full runway. There's a live audience there for the runway. We saw that in one of the teasers. Do the judging, pick a winner, and announce it all in like maybe an hour and a half. Like that's in the past, wasn't the season finales like 2 episodes?
Yeah, it's usually like 2 1.5-hour episodes. Maybe 2 1-hour episodes, but
all right. Well, home stretch, guys.
Same time next week.
For the last time. And I'll probably have a glass of wine with me. So we'll all need it.
We've been dedicated.
We have a new episode coming out on Tuesday for the podcast, the Sewcial Hour Podcast that Audra and I host. So if you haven't tuned in, we would love for you to. You can tune in here on YouTube or wherever you stream podcasts. We have a new episode this Tuesday, and it's all about taking our listeners' questions. So we hit the 6-month mark of our podcast, which is so exciting. And we've gotten a lot of amazing questions from our listeners. So we took this opportunity to answer them, and you guys had some great questions. So tune in and see if your question was answered, or if you just want to learn more about us and our thoughts on different topics. This is going to be a fun one. So hope to see you or hear your feedback on this episode coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Check it out on Tuesday, and we'll see you in a week.
All right, guys. Bye. Have a good week.